pride is one of the most damaging things too, because, yeah, take me for example. I'm in a wheelchair, and because of that, I'd like to think I'd be independent outside of that, but because of that, I'm more independent. I have more of a drive to be independent and more of a drive to get things done on my own, get things done by myself, or do try it by myself before I ask someone for help. But, and I mean, I do that. I'm not reluctant or anything to ask about that. But it is humbling sometimes when I have to ask someone for help or I have to do something like that. But that can alienate people. That resilience and maybe a type of pride that I have can alienate people. Can, like, a lot of times people just want to help you with what you're going through, and if you're so gung ho, so independent minded, maybe they won't offer as much because they know you're independent minded. So, because of that, they won't offer you help when you really need it. I say that to say, well, ultimately, we wouldn't be anywhere without help. We wouldn't be anywhere without God. God breathed the breath of life into Adam's lungs and continues to breathe the breath of life into our lungs every time we wake up. So, the most basic of human functions that we can think about, we can't even do without help. We can't do on our own. We can't do without God. And yeah, I can say it is very mentally healthy and necessary a lot of time to have confidence in yourself and to motivate yourself. But every good thing that you have done, every good thing that you take pride in that you've done, ultimately come from God. Now, I'm not saying you didn't have anything to do with it. I mean, God gave you the God gave you the tool to do it, yes, but it was your end of the bargain to go out and do those things. But ultimately, what you don't do on your own strength. You can't do on your own strength. And the sooner the sooner someone realizes how helpless they are without God, and that's not an insult, that's a fact of life. That's a biblical fact. The quicker someone realizes how helpless they are without God, even breathing life into their lungs, the better off they'll be, the happier they'll be. They'll have a more meaningful and passionate relationship with the Almighty when they realize that. And they realize that even the little things, I'm putting little in quotation marks because if it's big to you, it's big to God for my money. But they'll start asking for God's help in even the most minute and little of circumstances. Because, like I say, if it's big to you, if it's important to you, is important to God. Now, God may not work that out in the way that you want Him to, but He'll work it out in a way that you need it to. Pride can destroy generations and destroy a person mentally and physically very easily because it's so easy to fall into that trap, which it's so easy to fall into the trap of pride and be high on yourself and on your high horse and, oh, I've done all this, I've done all these accomplishments behind me. It's it's so easy to fall into that. And like I say, most of the time you don't even know you're in a you may not even know you're in a prideful position. You may just want to motivate yourself, which is good, but make sure that motivation doesn't turn into pridefulness and resentment and the forgetfulness of the Lord and what He done for you. Because He ultimately loves you and He wants best for you and He wants you to realize He wants you to be dependent on Him, really, because, like I say, apart from Him, you're helpless. You can't do anything. He does want you to come to Him with everything and anything because He ultimately cares about you. Guys, I love you. God bless you. And I'll see you next week.